you know, you're a worker, you're a grafter, you get into it. How has COVID actually changed the way you coach now? You know, especially with these academy kids who want to obviously do everything they can, be on the park as much as they can. I mean, South Africa is relatively okay right now, but how has that changed things for you guys as institutes? I mean, Western Province, you said you guys lost a few players because of COVID. It seems like you've gained a few players because of the situation being easier to get players from within Griquas to come to the academy. How's that changed things? How's that mindset changed?
Let me just explain to the academy. So UXI Sport owns Western Province Academy, Free State Institute, Griquas Institute, and then the Pumas Institute.
Right.
So they wanted to change our academies and institutes are basically run. Right. So we wanted it's not just an on-field program, it's a whole off-field program as well, a whole holistic program that we're trying to run. So you've got kids are doing sports management also, where they can get involved with sports one day, and I think from next year onwards they're going to branch it out to different courses for the boys. So for us as an institute, or Griquas, and then with the rest of the UXI Institute, it's basically not just packing out cones and trying to just to deliver an on-field product. It's I had a chat with my new pastor the other day, and I told him, we basically want to bring boys in and send them out as future leaders on and off the field. And sometimes you tend to think the boys that come to the academy is boys that's got it all, and it's by no means that. So one of the first things we did at this academy was to have interviews with the boys on the rugby side, and then obviously on the personal side also, because we want to get to know the boys. It's there's a lot of boys that's sitting with maybe problems at home. And then you don't know about it, and it's all about then not coaching the environment, but instead of just screaming and going on with him, you really understand it. But the boys also know, and I told them again this morning, listen, if I'm on your case about something, it's never personal. It's always going to be for you to become a better rugby player or a better person. In terms of that, so that's what we want to create as an institute. So going back to your original question, where you asked how we changed, it was basically thinking outside the box. It was getting classrooms together. It's presentations together, which would keep the boys interested, and COVID's actually not changed my mindset, but it's really I've really upskilled myself during COVID, in terms of your presentations, in terms of your rugby knowledge about getting certain things you need to know. I coached with Russell Winter last year, which is the Bulls senior team forwards coach. And there's one thing I've learned from is to remain a student of the game. Watch as many rugby matches as you can. And that's the one big thing but one thing that's really changed in terms of now I've got time to do research. Now I've got time to not to prep, but just to put a lot of things in place in terms of presentations also. So that one, and the one thing I've learned from the box sevens coaches, also from Neil Paul, was that the boys these days, they love seeing things. So we've the presentations we're doing it's a very interactive with the boys. This morning we had an off the ball presentation, which means why do you need to work hard without the ball? And one stat we showed them was Richie Mohonga versus the Blues last year, where he touched the ball 26 times. I think he was the second most player to touch the ball for the Crusaders. But total time in hand, ball in hand, was only 1 minute 26 seconds for him out of 80.
That's mad.
And I told the boys, I'll bet everything on it that this stat is right, because I did the stat. And if you want to take me on it, then by all means do it. But the main thing we tried to install with this presentation this morning was hard work, crafting, hustling, you know, and also the clarity on why we're working hard. It's certain on defense, on attack, on transition, in chaos play, in structured play, and all of that. So yeah, so there's a lot of classrooms that's happening with the boys for them to see, to understand, and then to go and implement.
That's fucking fantastic. Yes, you can curse a little bit on the show. I'm not chilled about it.
No, I think my mom's gonna watch. So my mom's still one of those people that says, "Ek het nie so groot gemaak." If you understand, I don't raise you like that. So yeah, then I'll probably sit in a phone call with her.
Yeah, and I'm the son of a priest, so what's worse?
Yeah.
But that, you know, that's fantastic, because I think it also translates to even the amateur side of the game. What we're learning and what, you know, we've talked extensively. It's like Zoom sessions, bro. Fitness, or getting programs out. I did a program for one of the players. He wanted to do speed. I'm about to do one for one of the ladies for strength, or none of the guys for strength. You know, you watch what, you know, if you see a skill on Instagram, it's so nice now. You see a skill, you send it forward. You say, look at this. You know, try this out when you're on your own, and it all correlates. And you're so right, because it shouldn't also just be. There needs to. A lot of these players now want to be told why they need to do something. Whereas before, when we were learning to play, we didn't ask why. We just had to do it. You know, now these kids are more intellectual about it. They need to think about it more. They need to know why they're doing stuff. So if you feed the mind, you know, a lot of what I'm learning to say is, I want to coach you from the neck up.